Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dungeon Nytes. This is episode 32. Last week, we split the party. Leif and Gotiruk headed up to Conyberry to have a parley with the familiar dragon, Venomfang. Parley was interesting. Seemed to go okay, and the resulting conversation yielded a tentative partnership between the Fist of Phandalin and Venomfang to take down who they now know a name of Cryovane, a white dragon that is kind of menacing the surrounding area. Meanwhile, we had Istiria, Oisin, Bimir, and Droop make their way to a location that was given to them by Edermath and Rydoth, a couple old adventurers that knew of a place of power in history where there might be a special sword that could help the party when facing off against dragons. As they made their way to that spot, they ran into a centaur named Xanth. He was a bit standoffish, and the exchange went eerily. After some words of warning and some information about dragons in the area and history of him and his tribe kind of being pushed from the northeast westward, he retreated into the forest. And with the revelation that Leif and Gotiruk had gone to Conyberry to meet with a dragon, Oisin faded into the night. And that's where we pick up. Oisin now fades from everyone's view, and you hear very light, swift footsteps.
Oisin? Where did he go? I can't see him anymore.
I don't know.
Is that new?
Sheen, where'd you go? Sheen shouldn't. Where? Did you see something?
I didn't see anything.
Oisin!
All right, let's hold on. Let's not yell. We don't want to attract the attention of the spirits on top of that hill.
Oh, sorry. Where'd he go? Does he do this? Is this new? I haven't been out with you guys in a while.
Yeah, this is kind of new, Droop.
Yeah.
Is he okay?
I'm
I thought he was getting better about it, but I don't know.
Should I be worried? Or has he ever just disappeared?
Yeah, I'm worried.
What do we do? Do we go back?
I think that might be the best option.
But we're right here. Isn't there supposed to be something cool in there?
There's a bunch of undead spirits.
I mean,
And Droop takes his helmet and puts it on and pulls out his stick, kind of holds it over his shoulder.
I think we can take him.
Oh, you think so, right?
I mean, maybe.
You're just kind of, I don't know anymore.
Well, I mean,
It wouldn't hurt us to check it out, right? Maybe I can do it. I'm small and sneaky.
We wouldn't want you to get hurt, Droop.
I won't get
yeah.
hurt. I took on orcs, okay? This piece of cake.
Oh,
Have you seen the customers at the tavern? Sometimes they get pretty rowdy.
well. I mean, I guess we could check it out, but I'm kind of worried about Oisin and Leif and Gotiruk.
They said they were fine there, right?
Yeah, but a lot could happen between the time we get to them. It's too much information right now.
I don't know what to do.
You know,
Should we at least
maybe,
go look?
yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe we should just check it out.
I mean, it seems pretty quiet around here. Except for those little light thingies.
Man, it would be nice to have a scene here so we could have that fancy sneaky spell.
Yeah. Asheen! We're playing games, it's not funny. I don't think he's playing.
All right.
No, I don't either, Droop.
How far away are we from the hill with the spirits?
So, right now, you're probably. So, let me paint you the picture. You're on the edge of a tree line, still kind of tucked in. In front of you is a clearing that extends for probably a good 30 to 40 feet before you see it start to kind of go upward into a small hill. That small hill seems to have kind of jutting stones that kind of go in a pattern as far as you can kind of see. So to get to the top of the hill is probably a good 80 to 100 feet.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's. What time of day is it right now? Is it daytime or
It literally just became nighttime.
nighttime? Right. Okay. So there's plenty of places to like hide stuff.
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna try. Do you wanna? I think I guess I can try and sneak up on them. Do you guys think we should all go, or because I can be pretty sneaky?
I mean, whatever you want to do from here.
I think
I'll
it'd be
follow
best
your
if we'd
lead.
stick together.
Okay.
All right, then I'm
Well,
going to need
let's try and sneak
group
up there
stealth.
then.
Give me stealth checks, everybody.
It would be nice if I would, launch the dice or whatever.
Does help.
Yeah.
Off to a good start.
Nope. 9.
It's so appropriate, though.
I had a 24.
I only have a +1, okay? Istiria's going through a lot of changes right now.
Apparently, so is Droop.
Bimir, you are able to very quietly exit the tree line. And as you lead out front, you kind of take a very fleet-footed lead of about 30 feet from Istiria and Droop. And you're dead silent. And right as you get to the base of the hill, you hear this really big snapping of twigs and branches and behind you as you look behind you, and Droop is like, "Oh, damn it!" And he's like tripped over a vine, and Istiria has like caught into his stick between her legs, and they both just kind of tumble out of the tree line together.
Sorry.
It's okay.
There was a really big vine. I didn't see it. So dark.
Maybe you guys
peaceful.
should stay there.
I'm just gonna sit on my butt and sit with Droop.
Okay.
Feet not moving.
Droop's just gonna kind of like, he's already kind of prone, so he's just gonna like put his arms out and hold his stick in front of him and just be prone on the lawn.
I think I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
good.
give him the thumbs up. All right.
Bimir, as you turn back to make your way up the hill, you notice that you no longer see the lights.
Oh, good. All right. Well, I'll just keep sneaking towards the top of the hill, keeping my eyes out to see if I see anything or anyone.
As you make your way up the hill, you kind of crawl up between kind of a nice little incline of two kind of areas that seem to kind of folded together. And as you reach the top, you kind of peek over, and a large kind of what almost looks like stone, kind of spiky kind of stone, sticks out about 15 feet in the air in front of you. It's roughly about 4 feet wide, and it kind of gets smaller as it gets to the top. Looking around, you don't see lights, you don't see people. It's very still.
Is it? Can I see the stone pretty clearly? Because I've got
Yeah.
I've got dark vision. So, is there anything like on this obelisk thing?
Give me an investigation check.
I mean, I'm just looking from afar. I'm not trying to get close just yet. I just want to see if there's anything.
I mean, it's about like maybe 10 feet in front of you. It's not terribly far from where you're kind of peeking over the top of this hill.
That's why I make sure I can stay hidden or whatever, because I don't know where these things are. That will be a 15 on investigation.
So, Mimir, the moon is bright, and you're able to kind of look kind of deeper at this obelisk and kind of more around your surrounding area. And you realize that it's not made of stone. It looks more organic. You can see kind of striations that run up and down that are not indicative of natural stone. In fact, to you, it looks like it might be more bony. That's maybe just been calcified from years and years and years of being there. You look around, kind of up and down the ridge of this hill, and it starts to paint a picture for you. You see more of these obelisks, spaced a good 20 feet apart, going in succession in a steady decline down to your left. And as you look kind of over the hill, you see the hill itself kind of slowly slopes down and kind of fans out and then kind of comes to a point. Turning around, you see that the hill does the same thing. And looking to your right, you can see it's a much shorter drop. It kind of comes down in a kind of a little bit of a triangular slope towards a point. And you notice one stone over from you to your left, there seems to be some kind of dark hole on the far side of the pillar.
Do I feel like I'm standing on the back of a dead dragon?
Yes, you do.
I feel like I'm standing on the back of a dead dragon. And there's a hole in it. Interesting. Are there any like noises coming from the hole or?
Nothing. It's dead silent.
All right. I am going to try and sneak up to the edge of this hole and look inside.
As you creep up to the hole, you see that it drops down. It's like a 2.5 foot kind of wide hole that reveals a stone staircase descending, to your estimation, a good 20 to 30 feet down.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of go back up towards the top of the hill and then take another look around to see if I see any more things that I might think of as undead spirits. If I don't see anything, I'm going to head back down the hill. But I guess you probably want me to make like a perception.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 17 on perception. Try and locate these spirits.
As you look around, you once again kind of take inventory, trying to see if you can see if they've maybe gone off in the surrounding tree line in the area. See if maybe they're hiding behind any number one of these spiny structures. And as you look down the hole, you see kind of a faint glow that seems to come and go every so long.
Okay. I'm going to head back towards Istiria and Droop.
You make your way down the hill. Droop is still.
Bimir, what'd you see?
All right. I'll come. Why don't you sit up?
I'll help him get up.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Okay.
Okay.
Bimir just kind of crouches down in front of him. All right. So it looks like this hill is actually the dragon, and this whole area is its grave. At the top, like just beyond that scale at the top, there's another one that has a hole in it, and when I looked through the hole, there was some stairs that went down, and there was a light inside there that kind of moved around. So if we want to go in there, there's probably something in it. I don't know what it is.
We could be careful about it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could. If we want to go in, we might as...
We're already here. I would hate to go all the way back, because even if Leif said where they were, it's going to be a while for them to get back.
Yeah.
I'm sure Ashin's fine.
Yeah.
That's not the first time he's disappeared off into the woods. Says with a very concerned look on her face.
Yeah. I just. And. Okay. Well,
Shall
I
we?
guess we should go before it gets too late.
Mhm.
Alright. Follow me. Try not to make too much noise this time, okay?
Okay.
Alright. Just do what I do. Don't step on any tree branches. And if you do, don't talk about it.
I don't think there's any more trees. It's just grass.
I have absolute confidence.
Awesome.
Alright.
And the three of you make your way up the hill to the kind of small hole. And before you go in, we're going to cut over to Leif and Gotiruk, who you had left Coneyberry. We didn't really get a chance to have you guys do a whole lot of processing. But as you left the town after seeing Rose shoulder to shoulder of dragon acolytes, you now find yourselves alone back on the Tribor Trail, heading to Phandalin.
Walking alone.
This is a majority of, I assume, this trip.
Probably.
Yeah.
What time of day is it?
It's still very late in the evening.
Is this the same day of the meeting or the next day?
It was the same day of the meeting.
Okay.
We left you guys at the meeting and you left in the middle of the evening.
This will be like, this is us just exiting. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Probably shouldn't walk too late into the night.
Probably not. Once again, I'll rely on your expertise for nightly travels. It's been a bit too long for me.
Halfway through that sentence, Gotiruk turns and starts walking into the woods.
Gotiruk, path this way.
Don't camp on the path.
I thought we were gonna be walking for a bit longer. No? Okay.
Yeah.
Just kind
We'll
of starts
start
following
early.
Gotiruk.
So
How
I'm
far
just
do you
gonna
guys
look
walk
for
away from the town?
I want to not be able to see it, and I want to be able to kind of get a feel for some wildlife before we do that, I guess. I want things to feel normal-ish.
Well, things haven't felt normalish for quite some time.
No, we'll continue down the path until things feel normal-ish.
You'd be basically walking till morning.
Oh, great.
It's been quiet. The area around you feels devoid of life, eerily still. So are you going to bed down or are you going to keep walking?
We'll bed down. I'll find a place. Maybe regret it later, but we'll find a place.
How far
Okay.
do you want to leave Coneyberry in your rear view?
Well, what's a good distance?
You tell me.
You said until you can't see it anymore.
So I can't see it anymore. How far is that?
I mean, that's only like a 5 or 10 minute walk. I mean, it's literally tucked away in the woods. So you turn the corner, you're gone. I mean,
Well, then let's triple that, and then we'll do that.
fair enough. You guys walk off the path a bit into the forest, and once again, the night brings with it an eerie calm. By this time, it's probably roughly 2 a.m. or so. So if you want to do a short rest, that would kind of get you to the morning. Well, I mean, if you want to do a
long rest.
Yeah, a long rest would put you, midday if you
I'll
want
wake
to.
up bright and early. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll long rest.
Okay.
So I just want to find a kind of a clearing and get ready to bed down. No fire again. I don't want to attract attention.
Any keeping watch or just sleeping through?
Just sleeping through.
This always goes well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's fine.
Gotiruk, you find this nice little clumping of trees that is next to a clearing. And you kind of like this spot because it seems to be concealed in a bit of thicket. So you've got kind of good cover from the slight breeze that you have. It is getting a little bit colder, but you're also kind of tucked away and hidden. And so both of you bed down feeling relatively safe in your bedrolls. No fire, no watch, just sleep and silence. An hour into your rest, I want you to give me a perception check.
Yeah.
You're at disadvantage if you're asleep.
Yeah, well, it's not like I need that.
I believe it goes off of your passive perception if you're asleep. So whatever your passive perception score is what would wake you.
My passive is 15.
Okay.
Mine is 13.
Gotiruk, you're stirred by the sound of footsteps in the woods behind you. You hear hush talking. Give me a perception check.
It's a 14.
Gotiruk, you get the sense that at least 3 to 4 sets of footsteps are around you. They sound fairly humanoid to you. And you hear faint talking in what might sound to you like either Elvish or a little bit of Common, one of the two.
I'm gonna reach over. I'm gonna kind of shimmy out of my bedroll as quiet as possibly, and get over to Leif, and I'm gonna put a hand over his mouth as I try to wake him up.
Just kind of opens his eyes.
You can see 4 and point in the direction that I feel like I hear the voices from.
Do I hear these voices?
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, that's normal. That's a 7.
Leif, you kind of are a little groggy still from kind of being interrupted in your sleep, and you're trying to look in the direction that Gotiruk's pointing, and you're not really hearing it.
Just gonna let him go, look that way, and grab my sword. Not gonna rush him or anything. Just stand there and look that way.
I'm just going to just sit up, stretch, and grab a staff.
I want
I
you
just-
two to give me stealth checks, please.
That's a 7.
What?
I'm so good at rolling.
That's a 21.
Sneaky Gotiruk saves you. Leif, as
Cat-like
you
reflex.
kind of go to reach your staff and trying to kind of reposition yourself to more of like a squat, you almost fall over. And Gotiruk, you reach out with your arm and just kind of grab his clothing around his shoulder and just kind of steady him. The two of you can see 4 what appears to be people dressed in a similar kind of cultist garb from the street in Coneyberry. And they seem to be making a small fire and kind of sitting down around it.
Leif pulls out a little bit of copper wire and looks at Gotiruk and casts message. Copper wire is the component used for the spell. And cast message. What do you like to do?
They're your friends. Oh, not friends.
It's 6 seconds. Where he casts a spell. Not really my friends, but that's it. Just, let's go.
Just gonna grip the sword and take a few steps towards them, kind of looking back at life like, I guess we're doing this.
Gotiruk, as you approach, how well do you know Elvish now?
It's been... It takes normally 10 weeks to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Master
It's
Ent,
been-
but you've had 4 weeks, and since then it's been probably another 2 weeks. Assuming that you haven't been studying it as much with how busy we've been, you're maybe half fluent.
Had about
I'm-
5 weeks of lessons.
I'm
Okay.
fluent. I am fluent in Elvish, though.
So, Leif, as you kind of stick close to Gotiruk, and you both get a little bit closer so you can hear a bit better. Leif, you can hear them talking. Gotiruk, to you it sounds kind of like a Wayne's World fast food drive-through order. Maybe picking up every third word. You know?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Don't. Why? Important. Yeah. Kind of like that.
Oh, it's Daisley and Norbus.
Leif, to you, you are kind of getting this full picture. Yeah, I don't know why they were so important. Why the great lady would go to lengths to meet with him. I mean, anything they can do, we can do. Right? I mean, they are heroes. And they did fight her before. Almost killed her. We need to be vigilant. Who knows if their intentions are as pure as stated. We must protect her at all costs.
Leif is going to shape change his voice and then pull out the copper wire and message one of the cultists in Venombane's voice. Don't question me. And that's it.
You're going to see this cultist kind of sit up. And you're kind of using dark vision, and they're probably 20 feet away. You're not really getting like the full facial, but you can just see in the body language that there's this real slow head turn. As if he's looking around for her.
How many cultists are there?
4.
Okay.
And he mutters something to himself that you can't make out.
Okay.
I'm still moving forward. I didn't see any of that.
Listen, I think maybe we should, just keep our watch. Best not to question the lady. We don't need to upset her at all. And the other 3 kind of look at him real funny. All right, that's fine. Fine with me. I guess you taking first watch then? Yeah, I'll take first watch. That's fine. I think I'll have trouble sleeping anyway. And you see
Recast message to that same guy. Very good. That's it.
You see him kind of and you can see him kind of stand up and prop himself against a tree and kind of overlooking the other 3 that seem to be laying down.
I message
Made it
Gotiruk.
into the clearing yet? Oh, well, go ahead.
Yeah, I message Gotiruk. This isn't crap. Gonna change his voice back, then do this, and recast message. I think we're good. You can come back now.
I was about to say, like, you can cast a message to go.
That's why I caught it.
He's gonna be like,
I caught it. We're good.
good catch.
That's
Good
Leif's
catch.
voice.
Ooh, boy.
He'll lower the sword and just kind of look back at you and look at them and slowly, gingerly make his way back.
Shape changes his voice back to Venombane's and recast message on that same cultist. Make sure you stay in camp tonight. And that's it. Then he just goes back to camp with Gotiruk.
You see kind of this more alert posture comes over this cultist and kind of goes back into that routine, kind of puts a hand on the scimitar on his waist and continues to look around very vigilantly.
Going back to bed.
Before going to bed, I'm going to just shape change my voice back and give Rook like a thumbs up, and then just go to sleep.
Oh, it's too good.
Angelines.
You guys are able to get back to your little kind of hideaway within the bushes, and things seem to kind of settle down. And the rest of the night is uneventful. You're able to sleep. You kind of wake with the morning. And as you look around, the cultists are already gone. fire stamped out. Smoldering. It was recent that they left, but they're gone.
Well, that seemed to work well.
What did you do?
I talked to them. I shape changed my voice to Venom Fangs. They just need some encouragement. And then I shape change it back.
Gotiruk's gonna instinctively kind of reach for his sword and realize what's going on, and it's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
On to Phandalin.
On to Phandalin. They weren't really doing any harm, but they seemed to question why we were so important to her. But I made sure that they don't that at least one of them doesn't question her again.
Just pack up and walk and start walking.
Yeah.
So
does a quick skip and then walks beside him.
I can totally see that in Leif. Just like he's just very like happy with himself. I love it. All right. Do you still have inspiration? If you don't, then you need it, my friend.
Check.
That
Yeah,
was
I do.
beautiful. It was beautiful. If you didn't have it, I would have given it to you. It was lovely. You guys kind of make it back to the road. And as you start walking, you walk for probably another hour. And everything's pretty uneventful. Though you do feel like you hear the faint sounds of wolves howling. Not constantly, but every so often. It's the kind of odd because everything else is still relatively quiet. You haven't quite made it back to the point where the forest starts to feel alive. And looking again on the left, as you're seeing kind of the Sword Mountains, you get a sense that even though it's wintertime, the snow seems to be creeping further and further down the mountain, almost in an unnatural way, against the land ahead.
Oh, that seems to be Cryovane. There probably shouldn't be snow down here already.
Nothing surprises me anymore. It's a lie, but
He trusts that. Should we? Last night you had gave a little message to our party and told them that we were talking with her. Do you need to let them know that we're okay?
they'll see us when we get back in town.
I mean, yeah, but
I told them we'd be fine.
okay. I mean, you can just use that stone, right?
Yeah, the rock.
Yes, the sending stone.
I mean, I guess we'll pull it out, and she'll say, "Finish talking to the dragon on our way back to town. See you later."
We've established that this is Ashin's stone,
Mhm.
correct?
Mhm.
He is all by himself.
Yep.
Yes.
He's gonna wait. He's gonna stop walking, and just kind of wait.
And you get no response.
Maybe they're still asleep. Well, I guess Ashin doesn't sleep.
Istiria and Ashin, they trance. They're elves.
And as you
Be
ponder
nice.
on that, we're going to go back to Bimir and Istiria and Droop. Rewinding the clock back in the nighttime, and you approach the hole at the top of the barrow.
All right. Well, I never thought I'd say this, but let's climb into this dragon's hole.
I mean, I can go first if you're scared.
Not that we're concerned for you, Droop. It's not that we're scared.
I mean, yeah, the barkeeps are unruly, or the bar patrons are unruly sometimes, but
Guys.
we've got more experience in the field right now than you do.
Guys, yeah, but you know what I have that you don't have?
Bimir pulls out his expanding stick and shinks it open.
Whoa. Yours got bigger. That's not what I'm talking about.
And he says the incantation, and then
Angry eyes.
and Droop starts heading down the hole.
Oh, Bimir stops him, looks him
Give
in the
me-
eye.
Give me a dexterity check.
Pretty sure that's a win.
We shall see. It's a win.
Yeah.
Droop makes it like down to the second step, and you kind of grab the back of him.
I grab his shoulder, turn him around, look him
What?
straight in the eye,
Huh.
and say, "I don't need angry eyes."
You're too pretty to be scary.
I'm rolling intimidate.
Okay.
Is that okay? That's a 19.
Droop knows you too well for you to intimidate him.
That's it's not. That's my thing. I do
Droop
this.
knows you. This is not some random mofo that doesn't know you as a super nice bard that's always been nice to Droop.
Yeah, and I'm trying to convince him that I'm not. I'm making an intimidate check.
You are, but Droop is not intimidated by you at all.
Is he not?
He's not.
You didn't make a wisdom save?
That was a DC of 20. Don't argue with me.
And Bimir's dead.
Listen here, Bimir. You're way too pretty to be mad. I'm not scared. I mean, that hole's a little scary. But you know what? If you want to go first, that's fine.
While they're talking, Istiria's just gonna go down. Like I'm done.
And they're both, I can just see like, Bimir and Drew both just like, huh?
I guess we follow Istiria.
When we get down there, is it like really dark?
Yeah, it's
Like,
dark. As you make your way down these kind of stone steps, they are what look like someone made them stone steps. And it's a spiral staircase that goes down around 30 feet. There's no lights. Everything is very earthy. Again, this skeleton has been here for a very long time. The earth has very much reclaimed this entire space. But as you head down and get to the bottom of this staircase, you come across a hallway that opens up. Not very much, but just enough to where you can see it looks like it's been dug out some. Your dark vision means that you can see fine, but there's no lights being emitted when you first go down.
This is very odd place.
Istiria, what do you see? What do you see?
Has night vision.
More hallways. You can see the same as I can, can't you?
Well, you're in front of me. I'm trying to look around you. Is there anything bad?
Shh. I'm trying to be
How far
sneaky.
does the hallway go?
The one in front of you only extends about 5 feet until it opens up into kind of a larger area.
Okay.
As you poke your head out, you can see that there seems to be kind of a curved area that goes around to the right with maybe another kind of path jutting off of that. And then it extends in kind of both directions. So if you were on a map face, you're facing southeast, there's a clear hallway you can see that kind of juts out to the east. It almost looks like you're in a circle kind of pattern. Around the staircase, there seems to be a path that extends in both directions, kind of in a circular pattern. And you can see another place jutting from the south.
Hmm. Any idea somewhere to go, Bimir?
No, lead on.
I guess we'll go to the south.
Okay. As you kind of make your way into the formal hallway and look around, you can see that the side of the walls are kind of this really harsh mixture of like dirt and clay that seems to have hardened over time. This is certainly not new, kind of a new tunnel by any means. It's been here for a long time. Looking kind of around the south, you can see that the pathway kind of curves a bit southeast, and there's a faint glow kind of coming around another good 30 feet down that hole, or down that hallway. And then off to the west, you can see that the hallway kind of curves around and extends, and there's another kind of faint light coming from that direction as well.
Hmm. The light's coming from both sides.
Yep, faint light. It's very similar. Kind of like a pale yellow glow.
She kind of looks back. Any ideas yet?
I think you should go towards the lights.
There's a light on each end, Droop.
I know, I'm gonna go over here. Come on.
And Droop kind of points his stick in the western direction.
Okay.
I mean,
Sorry.
Droop.
I don't know. Looks good to me.
They'll go down that way.
Are you still leading, Istiria?
Yeah.
So as you continue to make your way, again, you are in a kind of circular center section. And as you kind of walk another 10 feet or so towards the west, you're kind of walking in a curve. You do still see, again, that route to the south. You see this route to the west. And as you make it far enough around the centerpiece, you can see there's also a route to the north with another faint glow. And as you kind of make your way through this western tunnel, you come across kind of a section that kind of hooks to the south. It's like a very abrupt corner. And I need you to give me a perception check.
Really? Does my passive perception count?
Not anymore.
Mm,
That would be an 8.
An 8. Fantastic. Asterius, you kind of make your way through this crook in the hallway, you kind of round a corner and you see this faint floating light. And beyond, kind of in this area, you see that the hallway kind of splits into two sides. And you see that this is actually somewhat of a crypt. There are 4 kind of sarcophagi, 2 stacked on each side in kind of cut out little outcroppings.
Is this what we're looking for, Bimir?
Hmm?
Said, is this what we were looking for?
Amir, you might be muted.
Yeah, I can't hear you. She said something.
I said I have no idea. Sorry, I was whispering, but I guess the gate didn't catch it.
I guess let's go look at the crypt a little closer.
Sure. Istiria, as you move forward kind of through this area, you step on a piece of ground that shudders beneath your feet and then collapses instantly, and you begin falling. And I need you to give me either Dex or Acrobatics save at disadvantage.
Oh, God. That's 4.
Istiria, you try and catch yourself, but you just had no idea that this was coming. And you fall into a pit and are cut up by rusty old swords that are pointing up towards the top of this, or pointing towards the ceiling. You end up taking... You take 3 bludgeoning damage from the fall. And you are pierced by 2 swords that deal you 3 piercing damage each. So a total of 9 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to need a roll for initiative.
Oh, God.
Do we all need to roll?
Oh, yeah.
7.
1 second, please.
The roll 20 dice don't like me today.
Sometimes they don't. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second here. Right. What was yours, Asteria?
7.
7. Okay.
24.
Oh, look at you. Six. Okay. Istiria, as you fall down this hole and take this damage, your side gets kind of cut up on either side. You kind of fall between two of these swords, and you begin to feel like blood kind of flowing down your sides. As you do, this light that you had seen in the distance kind of moves closer and goes to attack you. It's going to shoot out a bolt of small electricity and miss you. But you see it hit one of the swords next to you and kind of light up the sword and kind of arc. Bimir, it's your turn.
Bimir. I guess I'm going to can I see the light thingy that tried to shock her?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers. Got it. Basically, it whispers into the palm of his hand and then shoots an orb of shadow at the light.
Okay.
I'm going to cast it at 3rd level. And that requires a wisdom save.
Oh, does it now?
Mm-hmm.
As you cast this dark light, the little light kind of moves from side to side, but ultimately gets consumed by this darkness.
It will take... I'm assuming it failed. It's a DC 15.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. It takes 22 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction to move as far away from me as it allows. As it's allowed.
Bimir, as the shadow hits this light, you see the light completely envelop it. And immediately the dark orb fires in the opposite direction, further west. And as it does, you can see this little orb getting smaller and smaller and smaller until it hits the wall and is gone in a puff of smoke. And it's no longer in sight. It's gone.
Like I destroyed it, or it went
Oh
through the
yeah,
wall?
it's dead.
Okay.
It died.
Just checking. Bimir will reach down and try and help Istiria up out of the pit.
Istiria, are you okay?
Kind of fell out a couple swords down here.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Here, help with my stick. Come on.
She'll climb back up with her help. How far down was the pit? Wasn't far, right?
No.
Okay.
So once again, your at the top of this landing. You can see this pit in front of you. The pit is, again, not very deep. It's not very wide. It's maybe 5 feet wide. And again, you can see these kind of sarcophagi at the end of this hallway.
So how wide is this pit that's in front of us? Is it taking up the whole hallway now, or?
Yeah, it's the width of the hallway, which is maybe a good 6 to 8 feet, and then 5 feet long. Easily jumpable.
Okay.
I vote you to go first now, Bimir.
Oh, do you now?
Mhm.
What about our brave little goblin friend here?
I mean, I can do it.
And Droop is just not going to wait. He's just going to take a running leap over the hole. He lands on the other side.
Guys, it's easy. Come on.
Bimir's gonna take a few steps back and do a nice little leap over the pit. Does a little flip in the air and rolls out at the end.
Ah, the panache.
Istiria will go ahead and jump over as well.
As the three of you jump over, once again, you see this path kind of split in two different ways, revealing two different sets of sarcophagi. They don't have any inscriptions on them. They're all very similar in terms of make and construction. Seem to be carved out of some type of a stone. On the side of each sarcophagus is just kind of a symbol. One of a sword, one of a staff, one of a fist, and another of some type of holy symbol.
Can I make a history or religion check on the holy symbol?
Sure.
See if I can figure out. I'm assuming it's not one I recognize from the standards.
Not immediately.
I could
Yeah, that's,
help.
that would be appreciated. So that gives me advantage.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Oh, good. That's a 17 then, instead of a 7.
You kind of take a look at this and kind of brush away some of the kind of dust and kind of ick that has kind of built up over the years. And you see that it's a depiction of the symbol of Lathander. The sun god.
Okay.
You kind of get the sense that maybe this guy was a cleric.
This looks like an adventuring party almost.
Buried underneath a dead dragon? It's kind of weird, don't you think?
Do I know where we are, like, anatomically on the dragon? Because I'm pretty sure we're still, like, inside the dragon, right? Or...
You're in the western wing. You're kind of underneath the wing.
So, like, but like inside the dragon still, or like underground the dragon, like underneath the dragon?
I thought we were under the dragon.
You're underground. The kind of main chest cavity would still kind of be in the same level that you are, but you're now underneath kind of a wing. You're deep enough to where you're not seeing any kind of skeletal structure of the wing, but
okay.
Based on your surveying of the above terrain, you would be under one of the wings.
All right, so not like...
Do you want to do a history check?
Yeah, I'd love to do a history check.
Roll it for me.
That's a 21.
Yo, let's go. All right. So you, Bimir, remember kind of seeing these kind of sarcophagi. You are remembering from one of your courses in college about a fight with a dragon kind of in this area. And it didn't really strike you before. It's one of those obscure pieces of knowledge. But seeing these kind of adventurers buried in this way, the name Azdraka kind of pulses in your memory. And come flooding back are some kind of bits and pieces about a group of adventurers that slayed a dragon. The dragon Azdraka. And that all but one of the adventurers died during the fight, but that eventually they all perished shortly after. And then it dawns on you that the one that survived to the end of the fight and ultimately slew the dragon and delivered the killing blow was a woman named Lady Alagondar. And she wielded a sword she simply called the Dragon Slayer. You don't remember the names of these adventurers, but you do remember that there were 4 plus 1. And you surmise that these must be the sarcophagi of each of the Avengers, or each of the members of the adventuring party.
Except for Lady Alagondar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what would you say the name of the dragon was?
Azdraka. AZDR, AKA.
Okay. So, so in school I heard the story of Lady Alagondar taking out the dragon Astraka. And I think that this might be where the rest of her group was laid to rest. And if I remember right, she died shortly after. So she may be buried here as well.
Jerry would have never heard the story, correct?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
And it said that she was able to fight to finish off Azdraka with a sword. Maybe that's what we came here to find.
He did mention a weapon that would help us, so. Did the story say anything else about her? Like what she was? Because all of these have symbols on them.
I mean, okay, it was an 8 a.m. class. I'm trying to remember. If anything comes up more than that, I'll let you know. But pretty much,
You think that she might have been a paladin?
pretty sure that she was a paladin of some kind, but maybe cleric, but probably paladin. Those righteous bastards.
I mean,
The
only a
one where-
paladin would be so self-absorbed that they would actually name a sword Dragon Slayer.
She might not have named it.
This sarcophagus we're in front of that had like the cleric symbols on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's another one.
There's 4.
They're all down here. So
Yeah,
only
there's-
hers is not here.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm assuming that it was a group of 5 adventurers.
There was a group of 5 adventurers.
There was another wing. Should we maybe go down the other way?
This doesn't go any further.
No, this is it.
All right. Yeah. There's nothing like. I'm gonna do an investigation check to kind of see if there's anything like hidden, like a message or something, like messages or anything like that are hidden in this room.
Okay.
Mary's looking for shinies.
He is not opening the crypts.
I mean, Isteria's not gonna open any of the crypts either. Maybe. I don't know.
He's got a 14 on investigation.
You look around to see if you can see any kind of indicators. You don't find anything.
Okay.
Everything looks like it's been sealed for quite some time.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess we probably can look the other way. See if that other passage leads us to...
Hey, Bimir.
Yeah.
This one looks like it's got some kind of a music thing on it. Here, look.
And Droop kind of pokes at the sarcophagus with his stick. And when he does, the top of it kind of pops up. And you kind of hear this tss, almost like a little bit of a depressurization.
I didn't do it.
Isteria will just go over and look.
Touch
them, Droop.
What? Who knows what's in there?
Yeah, exactly. Who knows what's in there?
Probably a body. Or what's left of one.
Maybe we should look.
It's a dead person's grave. They were an adventurer like us.
I just want to see.
All right, fine, whatever. You already opened it.
I'll just take a peek.
And Droop's going to look inside and he's going to see...
Oh, smells awful. Ugh.
It's
Not
dead body
pleasant.
droop.
Ugh. It's like I'm back with the bugbears. Yucky. There's something in there, though. I know. You should take a look.
Istiria just kind of pokes her head over, takes a look.
Istiria, you see that the body is kind of buried, and there's a kind of a lute that is kind of uncharacteristically kind of not moldy against the remains of the body, kind of being held on the chest of the skeleton.
I mean, I know you said you didn't want to look in them, but did some instrument? Droop's right. He probably was a bard. If you wanna, take a peek at it. Or not.
Looks kind of shiny. He's not gonna use it. Sorry.
I suppose you're right.
I mean, we're here to take things anyway.
Well, I mean, there might be something that's intended to be taken or something. I don't know. Okay, fine. Bimir will look inside and look at this loot.
And
It is strange that it's not decayed at all.
the weird.
Bimir is going to cast Identify.
Bimir, you kind of pick up this loot, and as soon as you touch it, you can feel the magic kind of flowing through it. And as you identify, you see that this is a loot of illusions. And you're familiar with these. You can create illusory visual effects within a 5-foot radius of the instrument. Given the fact that you're a bard and you know how to use these better than the average person, you can actually create illusory effects up to 15 feet.
Well, it's kind of.
Bimir will as respectfully as he can take off his loot and put it in the coffin and
Indiana
the-
Jones swap.
take the
Indiana
other
Jones
one.
swap? Yeah, hold on. Just kidding. Bimir, you respectfully replace the loot and kind of close the sarcophagus. And you are now left with a new shiny. You guys make your way back out of this hallway into kind of that main circular area. Where do you want to go now?
I guess back down because
Yeah,
we
they're
went down the west end, so we will go down to the
the
east.
east side.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way back the same way you came, looking down south, seeing a similar light to what you had seen in the west wing. The east wing is dark. Making your way through, it's quiet, kind of musty in its own way. Proceeding down the hallway, it kind of makes a turn towards the south. It opens up into a similar small room with 2 sarcophagi at the far end of the room.
You can go first this time.
All right. Bimir will make an investigation check looking for traps.
Roll for me.
It's a 13.
Mir, as you kind of investigate the room, you get the sense that unlike the West Wing, these 2 sarcophagi have much less detailed kind of engravings on the side, almost that don't seem to depict anything. And you kind of grow weary of messing with them. Like they might be something off.
Should we look in these ones too?
No.
And Droop kind of walks over, gets a stick ready.
There's something off about these.
Droop goes,
Huh? What do you mean?
I don't know.
Should I poke her with my stick?
I don't know
Off,
if that'd
like,
be a good
Trap in the
idea.
floor?
I mean, we should just look. I mean, shouldn't we look? I mean, we're here to find the loot. You never know where this sword could be.
I'm pretty sure that if the sword was in one of these, it would be a little bit more obvious that this belonged to
Or not? Because
Lady
if it's that
Elegana.
important, there's grave robbers everywhere. They wouldn't want to advertise big shiny thing here.
Bimir, you kind of get the sense that at the far west end of the room, there's a kind of a smaller looking kind of gap in the wall. It's almost covered by shadows, and again, as there's no light, it would be easy to miss had you not been looking for it.
Oh, I mean, like, what's this over here? And he'll walk over towards it and kind of look through.
You see it's a very small tunnel. Kind of about maybe a third of the width as the rest of the tunnels.
Does it look like it was carved like the rest of these, or is this like hewn by an animal or something?
No, it was definitely carved. It's just kind of
Small.
smaller.
All right. Can't see what's at the other end of it, or
It goes on for about 10 feet and then kind of turns.
Listen,
Alright.
listen, I got this. Okay?
And Droop's going to start walking down the hallway.
Istiria will actually activate her starry form so they can see.
I can see already.
Well, you said it was dark and we couldn't see that well.
I have dark vision.
We all do.
For those of you with dark vision, it's fine, I guess I'm saying. But if you want to activate your starry form, Droop all of a sudden is like, sees this light pour over his back, and he's like,
Oh my god! I can't see! I'm going.
What?
It's not that bright.
What is?
It says dim light.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
Ah,
Istiria, you're so shiny. When?
Look,
Wait a minute. When can you do that?
long story. We can talk about it later.
First, our sheen disappears, and now you're like a shiny star.
You look like a constellation.
So weird.
Sad.
All right. I'm not gonna look at you anymore. My eyes are still adjusting. I'm gonna go.
You go first, Droop.
Oh,
and Droop is kind of like rubbing his eyes as he turns around, kind of goes back down the kind of tunnel, which he fits in very
Like,
nicely given the fact that he's a
squeezes
little
past me.
goblin. Yeah, you just whoop. He's a nice little goblin. He just kind of easily maneuvers through this tunnel. It kind of works its way around westward and then south again and kind of opens up into an additional area.
hey guys! It opens up into a room. I think I see one of those little light thingies again.
It was like the last one.
Oh yeah.
Bimir's gonna follow down the hall.
Guys, it's coming at me. Ah!
And we roll for initiative, fam. Let's go.
$13.
Okay then.
I got a 14.
You got a 14. What'd you get, Istiria? I'm sorry.
13.
13.
Guys, this thing's coming at me. Ah!
And as you guys enter the room, you see Droop swing at this light with his stick in the middle of the air.
Evil little thing. I'm gonna get you.
And he swings and he misses completely. The little light then kind of rears closer to him and gives Droop a zap.
Zzz. Ow, 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 ow. Hurts. Much hurt. Ow.
Bimir, it's your turn.
Bimir's going to again cast Dissonant Whispers, whispering a shadow into his hand and sending it in the direction of the green wisp, this time at second level.
What's the DC?
15.
It is going to make the save.
Okay. Is there a fail successful? I think that's it.
Istiria.
Assyria will cast Guiding Bolt at it.
Okay.
Because I have that now.
It's radiant, correct?
Yes.
All right. Roll to hit.
That's the wrong. 17.
That'll hit. Show me the damage.
And then it's 46. For 11.
Oh. How did I miss that?
This guiding bolt flies out of your palm, and it makes this little wisp kind of light up brighter and then kind of flicker, almost like it shorts out. And it's kind of continuing to hover there, but kind of pulsing erratically.
And bonus action, because she's the Archer constellation, she'll do the ranged spell attack arrow.
Let's get it.
Let me double check. Is it D8? Okay. Ranged spell attack. $21.
That'll hit. Let's go.
And an 8.
It's 8 damage.
Yeah. It's a D8 plus 4. No. 7. It's D8 plus 4.
That's awesome. Istiria, your whole right side, as you draw back this bow, kind of begins to light up with the constellation of an archer. And as you make the bow, it appears with starlight in your hands, and pulling back on an almost invisible string, a bolt materializes and fires straight into this little ball of light, causing it to explode into a little puff of dust.
Istiria, that was really cool. Ow, ow, ow. Thing hurts.
I know. It hit me too earlier. In
Actually, it
swords.
didn't.
Didn't? Oh no, it touched the sword. And I got bitten by the swords.
You got bit by the swords.
Yeah.
I'm very happy it's gone now. Okay, so can we get back to doing the things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's over there?
At the far end of the room, you see kind of a little pile of bones. Next to the bones is another kind of more ornate sarcophagi.
There's
With a
symbols on
large
this one, too.
dragon embedded down the side.
Bimir's going to investigate again for traps.
You don't get the sense. You don't get the sense that there's anything trap related here, although behind you at the kind of more proper entrance to this area, you do sense the similar trap as in the West Wing. And make note to avoid that when you leave. But going around, you examine further, and you realize that as you look up and around, you're in the skull of this dragon. And towards the very end of this skull, at the far end of the sarcophagus, you see a sword planted firmly in the ground. In very nice condition.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Look, it's a sword.
It looks pretty.
Anyway. We're going to leave Istiria and Bimir and Droop in the Barrow of the Dragon for a moment. And we're going to head back to Leif and Gotiruk. Heading down the road. Let's see. Yeah. We'll go with this. You guys
So
continue.
We never got a reply.
You never got a reply from Oisin. And you're continuing down the road.
I guess he was busy.
Probably.
Maybe he was on the toilet.
Maybe. That would be weird.
Weird that he'd be on the toilet, or weird that he didn't respond on the toilet.
It would be weird if he responded while he was on the toilet.
That would be weird. That's probably why I didn't respond.
Oh well.
We'll see when we get there. He's probably fine.
I'm sure they are. As we walk, I would like to keep an eye out for when, some wildlife gets back, and I'm looking for a bunny rat.
As we walk, I will not be.
That's fair.
Preceding you walk another hour or so. Things are relatively uneventful until you do kind of stumble across what seems to be the kind of some sounds. You kind of strikes you as weird, but also kind of nice. Gotiruk, you hear the kind of small chirpings of birds. Again, and walking a little bit further, you start to kind of get a sense that things are livening up around you.
Just keep an eye out for a rabbit or any small game. Bigger than bird, smaller than like a sheep or something. Deer. I don't want anything that big.
You managed to kind of spot a small, or not a small, but a decent sized rabbit kind of hopping in between the trees and the path, and are able to quickly gather it on your own.
Just won't throw a javelin at it. I don't need it alive.
Okay.
Yeah, the javelin hits it and splits it in half, so you have two pieces of rabbit.
Gotiruk, that could have been a bear.
Could have been Bimir.
And he's gonna go about his business skinning it. And he's going to take some of these smaller bones and he's gonna add them to his braid. His hair was looking a little disheveled. His hair has grown quite a bit since we've been a party, and so he needed to add some bones to it to keep it all together and braid up his hair a little more. He's gonna keep the meat for later.
It's like you just sloppy into your bag of holding.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it in something and throw it in there. One of the shirts in my bag that I don't use. I don't wear shirts.
This is the most puzzled, amused face on Leif's face. Okay, not really sure what's going on.
Can't you
What's
just
that?
press the digitation that first?
I could.
Didn't ask you to.
I've grown accustomed to Gotiruk not letting me prestitation anything on his person.
That's fair.
That's fair.
He wrapped it in some fabric.
Sure.
Like I said, he has traveler's clothes on him that he doesn't wear the shirts for, so he's gonna wrap it in a shirt or the cloak that he had before that he doesn't wear anymore.
Okay. Any? I guess I really don't know what to ask. We can keep going.
Well, as you progress on, I need you both to give me a perception check.
That was a 14.
It's a 21? Or no, a 20.
Gotiruk, you kind of put that meat away. And as you put the meat away, you kind of hear something in the distance. First, you notice it, just this light kind of thrumming. And you almost thought it was maybe just kind of some kind of humming of birds or something, but you are very familiar with this sound by now. It's the distant beating of dragon wings.
What is it?
You don't hear that?
Do I hear it yet, DM?
Gotiruk is kind of shaking just a tad.
Only Gotiruk can hear it at this point.
Slight tremble in his hand as he's reaching for his sword.
I don't hear anything.
He's gonna pull his sword, and can he tell what direction the flaps are coming from?
It's coming from behind you, from where the snow is.
Ah, fun. He's gonna turn that way. And
You do have a tree line along the trail next to you. So
That's
you're
fair.
heading west on the trail. To your south is more kind of open ground leading up to marrying up to the mountains. To the north is the forest. As you turn
I'm just
around,
gonna-
you do not yet see the dragon.
He's gonna pull his sword and say, "Give me all your meat." And the sword is now on fire. He has not explained anything to Leif whatsoever, but you can tell he's kind of panicked, just a tad.
Okay, are we being attacked? What's going on? He's like looking around, like what is going on?
He'll take a moment, and then tell you he hears wings. Big ones.
Okay, like a dragon?
I think so.
Okay, should we the forest? We can go there. We can hide. Starts stepping one by one, slowly over to the forest.
He'll start backing up towards the forest with Leif, still facing exactly where he thinks he hears the wings from.
Let's just go hide behind some trees. Leif's going to the tree line.
I'll follow.
Gotiruk, I need you to make me a dex save.
More fun. That's a 14.
Gotiruk, holding your sword on fire, your adrenaline's pumping, your veins are about to explode as the rage inside you, coupled with your fear, is almost overwhelming your body. Seeing Leif move is just enough for you to kind of start moving. And as you back up towards the tree line, you just make it under the canopy before you start to see the outline of a dragon flying from the northeast, heading your direction. But you're still holding a sword on fire, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Leif is going to use 2 sorcery points. And he is going to use Eyes of the Dark to basically cast Darkness at 2nd level around them. This is a terrible idea.
Oh, that's not good.
This is a terrible idea. I know.
Instantly, you both are covered in darkness.
Which I can see through because I use sorcery points to cast it.
Leif, you are looking kind of in the direction that Gotiruk was looking, and you just now start to see this dragon. And you can see that it's Cryovane. He doesn't seem to be flying overly fast, but is certainly coming in your direction.
Just don't move. Now I think about this, Flaming Sword might have been a little bit less inconspicuous than a giant ball of darkness. But just don't move. Just gonna wait.
It's almost like you both have the ability to cancel these things that you've done.
It's almost like we don't plan.
How persuasive are you being right now? Because I want to run.
I don't know. You had me roll for it, I guess.
You might want to do that.
All right. I'm good at persuasion. That is a 24.
Gotiruk, hearing his voice, you're able to
He's not
keep
gonna
yourself
run.
composed. Just enough not to exit the darkness, but you can't see anything. You're taking it on trust right now that Leif is keeping you safe. But in your ears, you hear you can feel the ground vibrate in your feet as the beating of the wings pushes the air pressure down so forcefully that it makes the ground shake. Leif, as you look up, you see the belly of this dragon fly over the tree line, and it begins to circle back around. It banks, arcing, coming back in your direction, and then continues to head south over the mountains. Well, southeast over the mountains. The sound of wings grows softer, and you eventually lose sight of the dragon.
Okay. The dragon's gone. I know you can't see. Just trust me. And he drops darkness.
Gork's looking around. Just double check. Make sure you can't see the dragon.
Gotiruk, you don't see it. You're gonna panically look around. Dragon's gone.
See, after I realized it was darkness, I was like, well, I could just drop it. But if I dropped it, they might notice that there's now no longer a big ball of darkness. So I just banked on the fact that it was dumb enough not to worry about the big ball of darkness. In hindsight, this went better than I hoped.
Gork's gonna put the sword away slowly, still on guard, make sure the dragon doesn't come back. And then just try to stand there and compose himself.
As the darkness drops, you both looking around, looking for signs of reassurance. And you notice Leif looking towards the mountains.
Hmm?
you can visibly see snow moving quickly in your direction.
Like an avalanche?
No,
Just snow, just moving.
snow just covering. And as it gets closer to where you guys are hiding, you can feel the temperature drop. The snow stops a good 100 yards behind you. But you can still feel these effects. It's almost like when it stops, a draft just hits you. But it doesn't get warmer, it stays cold.
It seems he is expanding his terrain even more. We really need to deal with this eventually. Just kind of looks at you.
Just gonna nod.
I mean, you'll be... Like I said, I can turn you into a giant ape, and this time it will not be inside of a tiny gnome home. So... it'll probably go better.
Hopefully.
Gotiruk, I know you said you were looking around. I want you to actually give me both of you to give me perception checks, please.
Uh, 15?
21.
You both see this, kind of, you feel this cold and you see the snow advancing. And in the distance, back towards the northwest, on the side of the mountain, you see a group of beings in the distance, marching in force over the hill.
Can we see what they are?
They're at the edge of your vision, far away.
Maybe we should keep paying the Phandalin?
It's probably a good idea.
Or is the group heading towards us? Or are they heading away?
They're heading towards you, yes. I'll say in your direction, not necessarily towards you.
I mean, we can just start heading back to Phandalin. I mean, unless you want to go talk to these people. But, you know, bigger people, probably not best idea. Worst case, I always have a fireball.
I think talking is your strong suit. I'll leave it to you.
I mean,
If that's what you want to do.
and we can actually go. It's perfectly fine to go.
Let's go.
Okay. Off we go. We'll just keep an eye to see if they make ground or if they go a different direction eventually.
You move through the tree lines swiftly. Leif, as you choose to turn around to kind of see where they're progressing, I want you to give me one last perception check. Both of you.
Might as well use it. I'm gonna use DM advantage for this one. Just why not?
Inspiration.
Or DM inspiration. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. I suck either way. Doesn't matter.
14.
That was a 9.
Okay. Leif, as you turn back, Gotiruk, you kind of stop and see what he's doing. And as you look back, you see this contingent has stopped near the edge of the snow and has begun chopping down trees all around. You move in to get a little bit of a closer look. and see that it is indeed a large force of orcs. And we're going to move back to Bimir and Istiria and Droop in the Barrow. Bimir, you see this sword at the end of this dragon skull. Bones lay on the floor next to it.
Did I already make an investigation check in here?
You did. You did not detect any traps.
Okay. And I am going to move up and inspect these bones. What kind of bones are they? Are they
Looks-
people bones or
Looks a bit odd. Give me an investigation check. Or what is it? Give me a, what is it, medicine check? See if you can determine what kind of bones they are.
nature?
I was gonna say
Nature. Nature
nature.
works. Nature. Yeah, nature works. That's fine.
Be a 14.
Go.
You kind of take a look and you see that they look a bit bigger than human bones. And then you see something you definitively recognize as a horse skull.
Okay. Seems kind of sad.
Yeah, you see a saddle and some kind of like a very kind of small, kind of almost like a padded blanket that you would use as a saddle. Tatted, very old, many holes in it.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the sword then. What's like? Is it just like sticking in a pedestal or something, or
Yeah, it's
does it
just
say
kind of
anything around it? Is there any like messages?
nope. Just sitting there.
I will. I will identify it.
You identify this as Alagondar's Dragon Slayer. It's a long sword. It has kind of a rather plain look to the blade, except for, some small runic kind of symbols kind of right at the base of the blade. And it has a fairly ornate handle with a dragon's head holding a red orb in the pommel. You see that this gives you a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon. And if you hit a dragon, the dragon takes an extra bit of slashing damage.
Oh.
And that is any creature of the dragon type.
Okay. Let's just definitely something that would be useful for slaying dragons.
That must be what we came for, right?
Yep. I guess so.
Shall we go back up then? Because this place creeps me out.
Yep. We're just gonna take a moment in front of the grave and just kind of stands there quietly for a few moments and says, "The time has come for these gifts to be used again. You will honor your memory in using them." And then turns around and walks out.
Before they leave, she'll druid craft some flowers where we got the blade from. And then she'll follow Bimir.
As you two kind of hop over the area where the trap would have been, you hear Droop kind of like making the same jump. And as he does, you hear him go, "Hey! Hey! Put me down!" And he gets flung over the top of both of you and hits the wall in the center of the circular area as he's thrown more than 30 feet. And falls prone to the ground. And we need a roll for initiative, fam.
Okay then. 21.
All right. Bimir?
23.
Droop is unconscious. You both turn around to see nothing. Bimir, it's your turn.
I'm going to cast spell magic. At 3rd level.
Okay.
In the area where the trap was.
It does nothing.
Reveal yourself. And he readies the longsword.
Istiria.
Still don't see anything, huh? Um. Cereal actually, because she can't see anything. Go back to Droop, make sure he's okay. Make sure he's just unconscious.
So you're going to go over to Droop?
Mm-hmm.
You make your way over to Droop, and you see Droop is breathing, but he is unconscious.
Okay. I will just wait behind Bimir then until we see whatever this was.
Bimir, you don't hear anything. And you don't see anything. But you feel a huge gust of air swing right in front of your face. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Does a 19 hit?
Yep.
Just when you kind of realize that you're feeling this air, you feel just a huge slam to your gut. For 10 damage. It's your turn.
I still can't see anything.
Nope.
He's going to lash out with the sword in the area that he feels like he was attacked from.
It's going to be a roll with disadvantage.
Yeah. It's a 14.
That will hit.
I don't know what the damage was on the one sword. It was probably a D8 for damage.
Those are just regular swords, correct?
It should just be a Dragon Slayer long sword, so it gets a +1 to.
Oh, you're using the
bonus.
sword?
Yeah, I was carrying it. So
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's fine.
It's attunement, though, I believe.
yeah, so I wouldn't get the bonus.
So you wouldn't get the +1. It'd just be a regular long sword then.
Yeah, so D8, right?
Yep. Just a regular D8. Plus, it's
Would
gonna
you
be
get
used
the
in your-
benefit? Would you get the benefit since it's a magical item of it being a magical attack, or only if you attune to it?
It's only if it's attuned.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing I believe as well is it's a long sword, not a short sword. So you would use your strength, not your dex, to.
Yeah.
Yep. So I believe your to hit would be lower than 14.
Ooh, you're right.
Yep.
That would be a lot lower.
Yep.
That would be a 10. So I missed, probably.
Yep, you missed.
Okay.
Kind of lashing out in front of you with this sword, Bimir. You just hit nothing but air. Unlike me hitting my microphone.
All right.
Any other actions?
Istiria, get him out of here.
Istiria, it's your turn.
I guess Istiria will grab Droop and run to the entrance. The hallway?
It's fine.
I still can't see it, so I can't do anything.
Yeah, you move from where you are to where Droop is. You
Mhm.
are only 5 feet away from the entrance to the staircase, and you're able to make it a good probably 20 feet up the stairs. So it's only 10 feet to go before you're out of the burrow.
Okay.
Bimir, this hits you 2 more times. You feel big blows to your face and to your stomach. 2 huge slams for a total of 20 damage. And it's your turn.
Bimir's going to going to cast Shatter at 4th level right in front of him.
Like in your own radius?
I say, are you safe from your own effects?
I mean, he's casting it
Like just past, okay.
like basically so it goes off right and
Right.
basically takes out the area in front of him.
I got you. All right. Is there a save involved?
There is. It's a Constitution save. DC 15.
It fails.
And it's gonna take some damage.
Let's hope it takes a lot of damage.
It takes 31 thunder damage.
Bimir, as you kind of strum your lute, and all of a sudden this loud noise erupts. You see a figure just in front of you that kind of becomes visible almost for an instant, and it's this large 8-foot tall ethereal looking kind of creature, nondescript, almost like its body's completely shimmering, and you can see it react horribly, but it doesn't make a sound. And it contorts its body, and as the effects of the shatter spell wear off, it becomes invisible again. Istiria. Unless you want to make any other moves there, Bimir.
He yells, "Keep going."
Istiria.
Istiria. Did I see the creature, or was I
You're up the stairs.
gone? I was upstairs. Okay. Istiria will be getting Droop to a safe spot.
What's your speed now?
So my speed is 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah, so you're able to make it the rest of the way up in kind of 20 feet outside of the Barrow
Okay.
if you use your full movement.
Mm-hmm. She's just gonna yell behind her and she goes, hurry up, get up the stairs. I guess that's it for my turn. Now the Droop save.
Two more huge blows lay into you, Bimir, for another 20 damage. How you looking?
I have 1 hit point. Bimir, hearing that Istiria's footsteps have gone up the stairs, he brings the longsword back up in front of him. And then cast Dimension Door.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Where are you going?
He is going basically back to the Finn, the dragon that he originally got to at the top of the hill.
Okay. For argument's sake, we're going to say that Istiria was able to get kind of right there. And as you dimension door and step through, you come out right next to Istiria and Droop.
He kind of stumbles a little bit. Clearly in an immense amount of pain.
The stereo will cast Cure Wounds on Bimir after he comes out of the dimension door.
Keep running.
Up. Okay.
What's that cure wounds good for?
48 plus 4. Dice roller, where are you? Okay. $19.
Oh, wait. I hit the wrong.
And we'll start running.
20 hit points.
She's carrying Droop. Oh, like a football.
Okay.
Bimir will help.
You can't. You're still in initiative.
Oh, sorry.
Bimir, you're again at this original spike. You just gonna follow Istiria?
Yep.
Okay.
Booking it.
I'm assuming you guys are gonna try and hide.
Yeah. Beam.
I'm gonna save us a bunch of time, and I'm gonna say you need to give me stealth checks, both of you, because this thing can catch you. Got any inspiration there, Bimir?
I can give myself inspiration.
You don't have DM inspiration?
Nope.
Well, crap. Didn't I give you some earlier? Did you use it?
No. No, you didn't give me.
I swear to goodness you had inspiration.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, I've got bardic inspiration. Let's go.
Ironically, Bimir doesn't do much that's inspiring, so.
What does that make you roll now, Bimir?
That's an 18.
You both run, sprinting to the tree line to the south. As you dive in to the kind of bushes in kind of thicket and shrubbery around, you look back and wait and listen. Bimir, you can see the grass moving down the hill. In your direction. And it stops. And then it goes back up to the top of the hill. And seems to go in an opposite direction. And you are safe. For now.
What was that?
I have no idea. But I've never wanted to leave a place more.
Should we
It's,
head back to Phandalin then?
well, I don't think if we want to go all the way there tonight, but we should definitely try and get further away from here before we rest. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Is Droop still passed out?
Istiria,
Mm-hmm.
everything hurts.
Did you touch something?
No,
It just threw you?
I got hit in the back, and then it threw me. And I think I hit a wall.
You did. It's okay.
And then I took a
Mir's
nap.
Mir's gonna cast Cure Wounds on Droop.
Hmm.
For 12 hit points.
Oh, Bimir, thank you. That feels a little better.
Can you walk?
Yeah, let me try.
She'll set him down.
Okay, a little sore.
We need to get away from there.
Helmet. Stick.
He kind of leans on the stick a little bit as he goes and kind of uses it to help him along, but he seems to be okay. And as you continue walking for a bit more, the sun begins to crest over the hills. And you can start to see the light through the trees. And we will pick up there next time. Woo! Let's go.
Leif, orcs.
Let's go. Also, Raiders, thank you so much. Guys, if you are catching this on the YouTubes, please make sure you are hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification button for more. If you're hanging out with us in stream live, you guys are amazing and we appreciate you. Don't forget to hit the follow button. And we will see you guys next time.